We actually have a rather anti-consensus view on the US dollar. Now, in the short run, the momentum is with the US dollar, but we do think that if you take a 12-month view, the dollar has certainly run ahead of fundamentals. Now, the parallel is being drawn with the Reagan years, that you have a lot of fiscal stimulus and then you have an aggressive Fed, and therefore the US dollar has gone up during those years about 45%, between 81 to 85. Yep. But we don't think that episode is going to repeat itself.
Why is it different this time around?
Yeah. The starting conditions are very different. I think the most important thing is the Fed. Now, the Reagan years were also the Paul Volcker's years. The Fed were very hawkish for the right reason, because inflation was running at an annual rate of 14%. But today, the Fed is very dovish because it's hardly being able to achieve its inflation target. So we think the Fed will be gradual.
But this is an inflationary environment, is it not? I mean,
It is. So we do believe that the repricing in inflation expectations is the right one. We actually went into inflation-protected bonds before the election.
Okay.
So we think that the inflation expectations has to be repriced higher, but we don't think that it will run away. The dollar today as well is actually rather overvalued.
Is
even
stagflation
before
then on the table?
Stagflation, it's a risk, but that is going to be a condition that we might have to consider perhaps in 18 or 19, because that's when you start to see the fiscal stimulus coming in. And if it does not generate growth and only generate inflation, then certainly that is the tail risk. But at this point in time, we think that what you're going to have is that you will have a 2.5% growth in the US next year. If Trump is able to implement the pro-growth elements of his policy, we might add another 20 basis points on top of that. But we don't think inflation will run away.